I should have walked away the second she pulled the lover's card, reversed. Not that I'm some crystal hoarding, full moon bathing, incense blowing mystic. I'm not. I'm the type who forgets to water her succulents and burns toast in a smart oven. But I was spiraling, emotionally, hormonally, sexually. Mostly sexually. Because I hadn't been properly fucked, not just had sex, I mean seen and wanted and slammed against the desk fucked, in over 9 months. Which is also how long I'd been dating Graham. 9 months. Long enough to grow a baby. Or birth resentment. So, when my friend Taylor dragged me to that little tarot shop off Melrose and said, "Let's ask about your sex life," I didn't even flinch. Sure, let the cards roast me. Better than getting ghosted during missionary again. We sat with this woman named Mara, late 40s, calm but piercing, not fake psychic energy, more like tired high school teacher who's seen too much. She shuffled once, twice, and pulled 3 cards. Then she paused. "Someone's avoiding the truth," she said softly, pointing at the lovers reversed. "You're reaching for passion, but you're the only one reaching. He's withholding something. It will come out at a celebration. You'll feel it in your stomach before it happens." I laughed because, come on. A betrayal at a party. That's Lifetime movie territory. Except 3 days later, Graham invited me to a launch party. His company, Velvet Luxe, some high-end cologne brand, had scored a collaboration with a celebrity I'd never heard of, and they were doing a rooftop soiree downtown. Champagne, live DJ, candlelight, you know the works. I wasn't going to go. But something gnawed at me. The lover's card, that fucking card. So I texted him, "Should I dress casual or full glam?" He replied, "Full glam, it's going to be a night to remember." That phrase should have been sweet. But instead, it chilled my spine. Still, I said yes. I bought a new dress, deep plum, body-hugging, backless. Got my hair blown out. Wore the perfume he once said made him want to sin. And the second I walked into that rooftop lounge, something felt wrong. Not big wrong. Quiet wrong. The kind of wrong where people look just a little too long, where his coworkers smile, but there's something behind it, where Graham holds your waist but his palm is stiff, not pressed, not warm. I ignored it, smiled, posed for selfies, nodded through product speeches. And then, while I was mid-sip of my second rosé, I heard it. Clink, clink, clink. Someone was tapping a glass. I turned. Graham was standing at the center of the candlelit crowd, holding a champagne flute, arm raised. "I just want to take a second," he said, "to toast someone who has completely changed the direction of my life." People cheered. He continued. "Her creativity, her passion, her drive, they're the reason Velvet Luxe is what it is today." And then he turned his head and looked directly at another woman. Blonde, stunning, laughing behind her hand. I felt the wine go sour in my throat. "So, to Kenzie," he said, "for making me believe in magic again." Kenzie. Not a business partner. Not a co-founder. Not even in the marketing department. Kenzie was the new intern. And everyone knew. Everyone except me. I didn't speak. Didn't blink. Just sipped the rest of my rosé like it was anesthesia. Mara's voice echoed in my mind. "You'll feel it in your stomach before it happens." God damn it. She was right. And I was still there. In heels that hurt. In a dress that suddenly felt like a costume. Standing next to a man who had just toasted another woman with my name still on his lips from this morning. I didn't scream. Didn't throw my drink. Didn't even flinch. I just watched as she giggled, touched his forearm, and pretended she didn't notice me. Which, in a way, was worse. Because it wasn't scandalous. It was routine. Like they'd been doing this for a while. Like I was the third wheel at my boyfriend's launch party. I excused myself, walked calmly to the bathroom. Locked the door. stared at myself in the mirror. My lipstick still perfect. Hair still holding curl. Smile long dead. I pulled out my phone and texted him. Really, a public toast? No reply. Then again. At least lie to me privately first. Nothing. I sat on the toilet lid for 10 minutes. Just breathing. Just trying to remember who the hell I was before this man made me feel invisible. When I finally emerged, the crowd had thinned out. The DJ was winding down. Dessert trays sat half-touched. Graham was near the back terrace, chatting with someone from PR. Kenzie was nowhere in sight. I walked straight up to him and said, "We need to talk." He blinked, looked around like I'd just ruined a photo op, and followed me to a quieter spot by the balcony heaters. I didn't waste time. What the hell was that toast? He frowned like he was the one offended. It was professional. She worked hard on the campaign. You're blowing this up. You called her magical. Jesus, Mia, it's branding. It's a fragrance line. You want me to say she's uninspiring in front of the investors? He even chuckled. Like I was being so dramatic. I stepped in closer. Lowered my voice. Are you sleeping with her? He didn't answer. He looked tired, annoyed, like the question was beneath him. You always do this, he muttered. Twist things, make everything about your insecurities. Boom. There it was. The gaslight special. I should have walked away. Instead, I stood there while he launched into a whole-ass monologue about how work is demanding, and women in the office misread things, and he can't control how someone else feels. Kenzie is just young and enthusiastic, he added. You're reading into nothing. Except that nothing had lip gloss on her teeth and his cologne on her wrist. So you didn't book that Napa Airbnb with her. I shouldn't have said it. I had seen the reservation pop up on our shared Google Calendar. He never logged out of it. And the invite said, G+K getaway. I had pretended it was some client meeting. Now I wanted to burn that lie down. His face changed, just a flicker. But I saw it. I booked it for us, he said too fast. Then why is it just your initial and hers? Because you're paranoid, Mia. Classic. Deflect, deny, accuse. I walked away. Heel clicking like a war drum. At the elevator, I passed Kenzie. She smiled. That tiny, I won smile women give each other when they think being the chosen one is a prize. She was so young. I don't mean in years. I mean in thinking he would be different with her. Like I once did. I Ubered home. Didn't cry. Didn't scream into a pillow. I opened Myra's card. She had handed it to me after the reading, tucked in my bag with a quiet, "Call me if you need clarity." I stared at the number. I didn't need clarity. I needed proof. Because I already knew. He toasted another woman. Now I was about to make a bonfire. It started with the Airbnb listing. Graham swore it was for us. But I screenshotted it, dates, initials, host messages. There was no us. It was all booked through his email, under a name that wasn't mine, with romantic couples escape in the title. Strike one. Then I opened his shared Dropbox. Look, I'm not proud. But if you think I wouldn't dig through the digital trash of the man who toasted his intern while I stood 5 feet away in heels I bought for him, you're dumber than his passwords. Which, by the way, included his birthday and the word legend. There it was. A folder labeled Campaign B-roll. Inside, dozens of unedited videos of Kenzie. Not perfume ads. Clips of her in casual clothes, hair down, giggling at the camera while Graham said shit like, "Say it again, babe. You're so cute when you forget your lines." Strike two. But it was strike 3 that gutted me. A photo taken at my apartment. Same exact granite countertop. Same coffee mug I thrifted in Santa Fe. Except in the photo, Graham's bare chest was visible, and so was her reflection in the microwave door. I stared at that reflection like it might disappear if I blinked hard enough. My kitchen. My mug. Her smiling. Wearing my shirt. Not a metaphor, literally my shirt. This wasn't just cheating. This was theft of intimacy. So I did what any self-respecting, emotionally unhinged woman would do. I made a PowerPoint. Slide 1, a blown-up screenshot of the Airbnb confirmation. Slide 2, a cropped shot of her reflection in my microwave. Slide 3, a photo of me wearing that same shirt, time-stamped 6 months earlier. Then I emailed it to myself with the subject line, "For when I forget who the fuck I am." Later that night, Graham texted, "Hope you got home safe. I didn't like how we left things." No apology, no accountability. Just that soft, vague, let's pretend it didn't happen vibe. I replied, "You should have toasted the girl you were sleeping with after dessert. That would have been more polite." He heart reacted it. I swear to God. He reacted to my rage text like it was a fucking meme. I blocked him. Not forever, just long enough to think. I poured a glass of Pinot, sat on the floor in sweatpants, and called Mara. I expected voodoo. I got validation. "Betrayal's not always loud," she said. "It's the silence where you expected sound." Then she added, "You're not done with him yet, not really. There's still one thing you need to see." I laughed. What am I missing? A secret baby? She didn't laugh. Just said, "When the veil lifts, stay calm, and don't forget your worth." Cryptic, of course. But something about it made me shiver. Because I thought I had seen it all. I hadn't. Kenzie was about to drop the final bomb. And the party toast. That was just the appetizer. It was the lunch bag that did it. I wasn't even supposed to be at the office that day. I freelance. I pop in, I pop out. Sometimes I use their coffee machine and pretend I'm still part of the corporate family. But I needed a form signed, and Graham's assistant wasn't replying. So I went in. There it was, Kenzie's stupid canvas lunch bag, beige with little red hearts, sitting on the break room table like it paid rent. On top, a thank you card. I wasn't going to open it. I'm not a monster. But it was half open, and the handwriting. Unmistakably his. "You light up every space. Here's to more than campaigns. G." I nearly threw up into the Keurig. Then I heard her voice. "Hey, you're early." I turned. She was standing there in leggings, a hoodie, full face of makeup like she just rolled off an Instagram reel. "Didn't expect to see you today," she added, brushing past me like we were friends. I held up the card. "You forgot this." She blinked, took it, didn't deny a damn thing. "It's from the holiday party. Everyone got one." "Oh," I said, "mine must have gotten lost." Her smile froze. That's when I realized she knew. She knew I existed. She knew we were still together. But to her, I was the distraction. She was the main act. "He told me you were done," she said, voice so soft I almost missed it. "That you were toxic, controlling, that you used readings and energy work to manipulate him." Oh. That bastard used my spirituality as an excuse. As proof that I was crazy. I didn't scream. Didn't claw her eyes out. Didn't dump her overpriced oat milk latte in her purse. I leaned in and whispered, "I hope you like your toast cold, because he's going to serve it to someone else next." Then I walked out, but not before noticing the booking email on her phone screen. It was open, and it was not from last week. It was from 2 months ago. He toasted her that night, but he had booked that room long before I ever asked for more passion. He wasn't reacting. He was planning. This wasn't some heat-of-the-moment betrayal. It was a calendar event. I called Mara from the parking lot. He told her I was crazy. She didn't even sound surprised. They always do, but you know what's funny about the lover's card? No, I said flatly, already exhausted. It's ruled by Gemini, she said. Twins, duality, one love, two faces. That's not funny. It is, she said, because that card isn't about romance, it's about choice. You either choose the illusion or you tear it down. And oh, honey, I was about to burn that illusion to the ground. Starting with their getaway. Because I still had access to his calendar. And Napa was just 3 days away. Napa. They were due to check in at 3:00 p.m. sharp. The booking was under his name, but the Airbnb note said, perfect for romantic celebrations, champagne provided. I bet he even practiced his toast. I wasn't going to confront them. I was going to interrupt. Casually, elegantly, lethally. Step 1. I called the host. Said I was Graham's assistant, that Mr. Ellis forgot to add a special request. Can we have the champagne replaced with sparkling apple cider? I said. His wife's pregnant. Long pause. Then, of course, congratulations to the couple. Step 2. I booked a private courier. I printed out every screenshot. The G+K getaway invite. The Dropbox files. The shirt photo. Her calendar entry. The love note. The campaign video script with "this one's for you," baby, scrawled in the margins. Then I slipped them all into a leather portfolio and had it delivered to their door. With a note. Kenzie. Since you love proof, I brought receipts. Mia. I don't know what happened inside room 214. But I do know Graham called twice, left one voicemail. His voice was shaking. Mia, what the fuck, what did you do? I didn't respond. Instead, I posted an Instagram story. A boomerang of me sipping wine by the ocean, captioned, "Energy doesn't lie, champagne does." People messaged. One girl from the party replied, "You were right, I always thought she was sketchy." I muted them all. That night I slept. Like dead to the world, melatonin commercial sleep. No tarot, no anxiety, no second guessing. Because for the first time since the toast, I had done something that mattered. I made him feel. Feel small, feel cornered, feel exposed. And Kenzie. She unfollowed me. Which told me everything. Graham, of course, wasn't done. He sent flowers. To my work. As if the receptionist wouldn't open the card and read. I miss your magic, let's fix this. Fix what exactly? The magic you destroyed. I returned the vase to the delivery guy with a tip and a message. Tell him I'm allergic to bullshit. I should have felt victorious. I should have danced barefoot in my kitchen with wine and Beyonce, whispering, "Who runs the world?" to no one in particular. But I didn't. Instead, I lay in bed with the worst hangover of all, emotional. That sour taste in your mouth that isn't wine, but regret. Was it too much? Was it not enough? Was it me all along? That's when the email came. From his mother. Subject, I just want to understand. Body. He told me you exposed him at work, at home, even on your social media. I raised him better, but I also know you're not cruel. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. I didn't reply, but something about that hit harder than all his voicemails. His mother. Even she saw through the toast. But what haunted me most wasn't him. It was Kenzie. Because here's the thing no one tells you about the other woman. Sometimes she's you. Sometimes she's just as fooled. And sometimes she wins. Not because she deserves it, but because he knows how to sell a lie with the same face he once used to kiss your shoulder in the morning. And that's what I kept coming back to. The softness in Graham's betrayals. How he didn't scream his deception, he whispered it. How it wasn't just infidelity, it was gaslighting in slow motion. I went to see Mara again. She shuffled quietly this time, no showmanship. Just cards, a candle, and that stillness I used to mock. She pulled the magician first. He's the one who performs, she said, the master of illusion. Then she pulled the tower. This is what you gave him, destruction but necessary. Last, the star. You're not done falling, but light's coming. I didn't cry. I thanked her and walked out lighter than I'd felt in months. Until I got home and found a box on my doorstep. Inside, my old tarot deck. The one Graham bought me for our second anniversary. With a note in his handwriting. Since you trust these more than me, good luck finding someone who won't run when you pull the levers. He tried to end on a joke, but all I felt was pity. Because only someone terrified of love would turn the lover's card into a threat. I haven't pulled a card in weeks. Not because I stopped believing, but because I finally stopped needing permission to trust my gut. The lovers, the tower, the star. Those cards didn't predict what happened. They clarified it. And Graham. He didn't reach out again. No more flowers. No more voicemails. Not even a Venmo request for the hotel. He disappeared exactly the way he arrived in my life. Charming, calculated, and cowardly. As for Kenzie, she stayed at the firm. Of course she did. She posted a TikTok 3 days later with that boyfriend reveal trend, Graham walking toward her, holding her hand, lifting a glass of sparkling cider. I laughed so hard I nearly dropped my phone. They kept the fake pregnancy story. Because that's what people like them do. They double down on the illusion. And me. I didn't burn everything. I didn't key his car or out him on Twitter or slash his favorite suit. But I did something better. I deleted him from my calendar. No birthday reminder, no old messages, no saved addresses. I digitally cremated our entire timeline. And then I booked a room. For myself. One with a view. And a real corked bottle of champagne. Not to toast anyone, but to untoast him. To celebrate not being chosen. Because sometimes the real win is opting out. And as I lay there, wrapped in hotel sheets, city light brushing the wall like a quiet apology, I whispered. Maybe I pulled the levers so I'd finally choose myself. No drama. No hashtags. No lessons for the audience. Just me. And the silence of a room that, for once, didn't lie to me. Subscribe to my Mia's Stories YouTube channel for raw, emotional stories and authentic insights that encourage healing, growth, and understanding. Don't forget to be part of a supportive space where stories inspire and lessons resonate. What do you think about this story? Let us know in the comments. Your opinion truly matters to us, and we're here for you.